Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Williamson. What's shaking? Not a ton here. Weather's starting to break, starting to feel like summer in the Berg. Love it. A little chilly over the weekend, all that good stuff. We will be OTAing it the 3 days this week. I'm recording this for you on Monday. No Rodgers news to speak of if he's not here for mandatory ones, which isn't mandatory for him if he's not under contract. Maybe we'll start to even get a little more concerned, but who knows? It's not even worth talking about at this point, to be honest with you. But I'm taking a little different approach today. And I think a lot of you will look at this podcast as if it is very controversial. And the crux of it is Tomlin, success, wins and losses, postseason success. Maybe the biggest takeaway, and I don't want to go to the last chapter before we get there, though, is quarterbacks are really, 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 really important in this league. And so what I'm going to do, and there's a graphic that I put on the podcast here, and this is what brought this whole thing on, is I found this graphic, cut and pasted it, put it on Twitter. And my mentions have exploded. A lot of people have chimed in and added some of their own stats. And I kind of just want to recite them all to you, because if you put them all in one place, I'd like for you guys to think about, as Steeler fans, how good you have it. Some of you will be like, Williamson, you're just a shill for the organization, and Tomlin. I'm not really going to give you any opinions today. I'm just going to kind of tell you, these are facts. This is what Steeler fans have had to endure. And endure might not be the right word. Well, I guess we'll get there. So, might not be a super long podcast, but I wanted to put all this stuff in one place. And you guys can look at it any way you want, and I'm sure the comment section will be more diverse than ever, to be very honest with you. But first off, BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the NBA to NHL playoffs to MLB to UFC and boxing, BetOnline has you covered for all your online wagering info. In between games, head over to the BetOnline casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. BetOnline, the game starts here. Like I said, I've cut and pasted like 5 or 6 tweets. I have this graphic that you've probably already looked at ahead of time if you're looking at this on YouTube. But I'm going to start with the most controversial thing that anyone can ever say in Pittsburgh right now, apparently, is, and I know you know this, of course, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. Oh, boy, does nothing make people's blood boil or move the needle more than just saying that sentence. Okay, we all know those things. Take it for how you want. Again, that's all this podcast is. This one, they haven't won a playoff game since the 2016 season. You've probably heard that as well. Yep. Again, this is just going to be a very factual podcast. Over the past 4 years, we know who those quarterbacks are. You can figure those things out on your own. They've been 38, 29, and 1. Okay, right? Again, I'm just reading off numbers here. You can do what you want with it. But here was the tweet that turned all this, generated all this action. And this is the graphic. Since 2000. So I know that's a random number, but it really isn't. It's a new decade, millennial, century. I mean, it's sort of a milestone, 2000. I was born in 73, so that's about half of my life. We're in 2025. It's almost my birthday, by the way. So for the last 25 years is a fine section, right? Most regular season wins. We'll get to playoffs, folks. Don't worry. As you might guess, since 2000, the Patriots have 270 wins, more than any other franchise in the league. The Packers have 251, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. The Ravens have 244. The Eagles have 242. The Colts, 238. The Chiefs, 232. A lot of Hall of Fame quarterbacks on that list. Shouldn't the Steelers be somewhere in there, though, on regular season wins? I mean, you'd think they're near the top of the league, right? I mean, yeah, I skipped them. They're second. They have 255 regular season wins in the 2000s, only behind the Patriots. This isn't controversial, folks. I'm just reading. To put that in perspective, I wonder who the worst teams are. If the Pats are at 270, the Steelers are at 255, the Packers are at 251, you could be a Cleveland Browns fan. 139. The Jags, 153. The Lions, 158. And going the right direction. There's good times now in Detroit, but there was a lot of lean times at 25 years. The Raiders, 162. Raiders, 161. Houston, 162. Washington, 170. Arizona, 172. The Jets, 173. I mean, those are the dregs of society. Those are your bad teams, right? No doubt. No question about it. Now, I am pulling up some tweets. And here are some other ones. Okay, well, let's talk about the Patriots real quick while we're at it. Bill Belichick's record without Tom Brady is 83 and 101. I think Belichick or Walsh is the best coach that I've seen and been smart enough to talk about. With Brady, 249 and 75. So after putting that graphic out, about since 2000, many people said, all right, Matt, well, now do playoff wins. That's fair. I knew it was coming. And I really didn't even know the answer. But I went and looked. They have the 5th most playoff wins in the 2000s. 14 playoff wins, 9 division titles, 2 AFC titles, 2 Lombardis. I think you'll take that, right? I mean, that's pretty good. I understand some of the recent struggles. Don't get me wrong. How about this one? Again, these are just a lot of people tweeting me things back. Over the past decade, if we just go to 10 years, the Chiefs have been the NFL's most dominant team, of course. They have 123 regular season wins and 18 playoff victories, which is unbelievable. So, again, playoff wins mean more than regular season wins, but still, over the last 10 years, the Chiefs have 123 total wins. The Packers have 100, or the Packers are second, the Bills are third, the Steelers are fourth. So over the last 10 years, the Steelers have the 4th most combined wins in the whole league. How about if we do that just for the Tomlin era? 2007 through the end of the 2024 season. The Patriots are 1. The Packers are 2. The Steelers are 3. The Ravens are 4. The Chiefs are 5. Pretty good company. So again, that's what I have for you. And I do that not to get a rise out of you or, come on, Matt, you can't think what they're doing lately is good enough. I don't think they do either. I have some questions about Tomlin. We could break down his game management, his hires. He has his weaknesses. There's no question. No question. Haven't won a playoff game since the 2016 season. Mentioned that to start the show. And I'm aware. I get it. But I just thought putting it in this context, and again, I'm just reading here. I'm not telling you this is why, but I do hope that there's an underlying current of who the quarterbacks are in these situations for the Steelers specifically, but also Rodgers in Green Bay, Mahomes, Brady, the mess that's been with the Browns, et cetera, is awfully, awfully important. If not the most important thing, more so than maybe coach, organization, GM, roster. I mean, it is such a quarterback-driven league that I just hope that doesn't get forgotten. Now, the last couple of years have been really brutal with that. You're going to have another new starting quarterback to start the 2025 season. It's not ideal. It isn't. But don't think they don't know this, I guess is my point. And I'm not trying, the purpose of this podcast isn't you guys are a bunch of whiny, spoiled Steeler fans. But it's not why it's also not why I didn't have to do this podcast today too. It's been pretty good. You see a lot more wins than losses. You'd like to hoist more titles. And I understand 4 of them were before most of us can even remember. But you got 6 of them in that building. And I guess I'll just leave it at that. And I'm curious to read the comments. Because again, I'm just reading off numbers here. And a lot of them make the Steelers look pretty good from a big picture standpoint. So I guess I will throw a little opinion at the end. You're going to have a hard time convincing me that all of a sudden, and maybe 5 years isn't all of a sudden, but in the history of the organization or the last 50 years, I don't think they forgot how to win. You know what I'm saying? As an organization. I don't know that the league or the game has passed them by. I think it's been lean years and they've still won a lot of games. So there you have it. Again, I'm sure this will get some heat, but whatever. That's fine by me. It's a slow time of year. Good time to bring it up. And a bunch of stuff was contributed by a lot of you guys from Twitter. Thanks. Over and out. See you.